And we're back again. My name is Ahrtimmer, and we're watching... I'm playing, you're watching, In Full, where I play Morrowind and talk about the news. Not the news, but the news that is happening with the channel and stuff. So we're in Eldrun. I'm still not entirely sure where I want to go. Or what I want to do when I get... Oh, that's right. We were searching for just a random dungeon for me to punch the shit out of. So, what's happening with you guys? Not much is happening with me that I haven't mentioned in the I videos, but if you watch this and not the I suppose I can go over that. GameMovies.org, which is actually... The URL is gamemovies.net, but they call themselves gamemovies.org. Have kind of offered me They've sent me a message saying, hey, you should join us, where we post YouTube videos, and it basically counts as a YouTube view, but they're collected in a single spot so that people looking for gaming stuff can look in a specific area. Seems kinda cool, but I'd have to make content with things that are already on their list, or these birds would leave me alone, or tell them to, you know, get with the program and get some of the games that I play. Kill the unconscious bird that still flaps, but I suppose they don't have legs, so they're like whales, I think. And that they only need half their brain working to continue flying. Quality restore fatigue. Let's restore that fatigue. Killing the birds! What else is going on? Not much in particular, just... random stuff. You know what I should do? Quality fortify health. Yeah, that's not helpful. I'm going back to Eldrun and heading to the Fighters Guild to get some potions. For free! I'm sure I had other news. But honestly can't think of it. Clearly wasn't that important. Either that or its importance simply blew my mind and I can no longer remember. Oh yeah, there's something I will, once I find out, put out on my channel, some little information which you guys may enjoy. Basically, I'm in a video where me and a guy called Maelstrom, who you may know from Magica vids, have been playing a game called Titan Quest, because we were bored.
Don't take too much time.
So, once I find out the name of his channel, I will link you guys there, probably in the description of this video, and maybe on the main page as well, because that's really good fun. We just, you know, I talk about random crap, he talks about random crap, we yell at the birds that are ridiculously powerful, and aggro everything within a 5-mile radius. It's good fun. It's a Diablo-style game, so that should be most entertaining. That's pretty much all the news I can think of. If I come up with anything else, I will let you know as I play. But till then, let us wander aimlessly in search of a cave. Because I need to level up some more before I can be, you know, actually good at things. It's going to be hard for me to be good at things anyway, but I told myself that once I make it to level 100 in this hand-to-hand skill, I can apply that mod which lights my hands on fire, which will kind of make it easier to kill things. I read the stats on those hand-to-hand weapons, or enchantments, or how... I don't actually know how they work. I just know they do a decent amount of damage. and don't require any of the fatigue damage stuff. It's just straight to the point damage, which will probably make hand-to-hand really overpowered. Really bring my fists out before I start trying to punch it, eh? Because my fists aren't always ready for battle. Oh, come on, Cliff Racer, leave me alone. What did I ever do to you? I'm considering already getting a mod put on to get rid of Cliff Racers. There's a mod I used to have, which was really good for it, because it didn't remove Cliff Racers from the game, it just made it so that once you kill 100 of them, they start running away as opposed to running toward you. Really good way to get rid of things, because it leaves them in the environment and the world still feels the same, because Morrowind wouldn't quite be the same game without these incredibly annoying birds. I have an exclusive restore health. I don't have enough health to warrant that, but I'll use it anyway. As I was saying, yeah, it keeps the world the same, but at the same time you don't have to fight the things all the time. Your hand-to-hand skill increased to 68. Epic win. Bam! Yes, I did just hit spacebar to try and jump, because I'm stupid like that at times. And instead of jumping, tried to have a conversation with a bird. Oh my god, it's a gua! Aww. Look at that. Oh, now it wants to kill me. Now I'm sad. I can't possibly kill a gua. Screw it, yes I can. Maybe I'll just knock it unconscious and run for it. We'll see. I think gua are incredibly awesome, and if someone, you know, came up with a mod to ride guas round, like a gua mount, that would make my day. I cannot get out of this crevice. Yes, I can. Victory! News that's not related to the channel, but is related to me and makes me ever so annoyed. Does anyone know of Dungeons of Dreadmore? It's a neat little game that I quite enjoy and have been playing a lot of. I got down to floor 7, my previous record being floor 3, and died. And for those of you who don't know, Dungeons of Dreadmore works on a permadeath system, unless you're a chump, which means that I've put several hours in and got to twice the depth that I normally do. And now I have to start again. Oh well, I had fun kicking the shit out of everything. Next time I'll do something different. Instead of making a rogue, I'll make someone actually powerful. Or maybe I'll keep with my whole concept that dual-wielding shields is the way to win a game. If you are unfamiliar with Dungeons of Dreadmore, I can highly recommend, and I mean really highly recommend, you get on Steam and purchase that game. That game is hilarious, and because it's a roguelike, the dungeons are all randomly generated. Kinda really awesome that way, so you won't ever know what's coming for you. And it's just every time you play it slightly differently. You can randomize your skill creation, or character creation, or whatever you want to call it, to the point where you pretty much don't know what you're going to get. And then just charge into the dungeon, figure it out as you go along. Or you can, you know, create something that's planned to be successful, but odds are luck will roll against you and you will die. brutally and painfully. But yeah, it is really good fun. It's got a sense of humor that I find... Like, there's a damage type in that game called existential damage. The damage doesn't know if it exists. It will penetrate your opponent's armor if that exists. It's basically just random nonsense that at the same time makes a lot of sense and is very funny. Yeah, it saw me. That's fatigue potion. Let's drink that anyway. I think potions are gonna be the way to go with this character. Should have learnt alchemy, but that said, alchemy is a pain in the bum. I remember wanting to learn alchemy to like a massive extent and get all the alchemy equipment on my original character, even though I had no reason for it, just so that I could use the human flesh that I found. I'm pretty sure there is only one. There's one piece of human flesh that you can get your hands on in the game that I know of. And you can, you know, take that and make a potion out of it. And I wanted to do that simply to have that done. Not sure what it would do, but we'd see. Oh god, the birds. Where are the hell... There they are. You can't see my cursor, I keep forgetting that. So I try and point at things, or rather, that would make a lot more sense if you knew that I couldn't. My mouse was hovering over all the wrong things. Come on! Death to the birds. I shall slay thee with my fists. Why is it that whenever I try and make a video, someone tries to contact me, or, you know, real life tries to tear me away? I'm doing this video, well, relatively early in the day, as in I set my alarm, which being a lazy student, I usually don't need to do. Ah, cute win fail texts. Hang on, I'll just respond to this because, you know, I can play this game with one hand. And responding to it usually means that they'll respond back, so I'm going to end up having a text conversation whilst trying to play and record a game. Yeah, this is really smart. This is what I mean when I say I don't think things through before I do them. I am very much hoping that the elite down at the bottom of the cliff doesn't notice me, because they hurt a lot. Unarmored skill increased to 40! Can't wait till I have enough health that I can just stand in a small group of rats and let the rats beat down on me until I have max unarmored skill. Also, that fall damage hurt a lot. I'll deal with that later. It's just Kate, she can wait. Although, speaking of her, check out Kaiser Ruby's channel if you're into really weird and really old animated series. The Mask, that is hilarious. And she's a good friend of mine, and I thought I'd, you know, swing you guys that way, even though it's not gaming content. And if you're anything like me, you're less interested. It's still really, really cool stuff. Where is... That's a stilt strider. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Oh, is this Morgan? I think it is. Yes, it is Morgan. So, I'm sure we can find a quest here, and so I don't have to wander aimlessly anymore, although I still haven't found a cave. Frustrated face. Do you have a quest? Latest rumors. Tillian Thalor will never stop smuggling. It's all she knows, and if you see her here in Margate, she's got something going on. But where? We've had a lot of trouble with blight monsters escaping the goat fence. Yeah, that's because the fence has a top bit, and, you know, those cliff racers just fly over it and get blighted, fly back out, and then spread the blight to everything else. It's not so much that they're escaping, that and there's, you know, caves that leave it under it. The temple and House Redoran is called for volunteers to come help protect Margan. Want to cure a blighted queen, but don't have the cure blight spell? You need to buy some scrolls of Dairia's blessing. Not Dairia's miracle, they cure you. Dairia's blessing scrolls to cure the target. So I need to head to the Anders Trade House. Priest in the shrine. And Tillian Thalor. Well, let's go into the shrine. Because there's a giant rock. Here Mehrunes held this rock high above the Dunmer. Vivek taught Mehrunes Dagon so that Dagon threw the rock at Vivek instead of the people. I'm gonna adrenaline rush. Fists out. Hello. Taunt the danger. Taunt the danger. Taunt the danger. I'll read those out to you. I taunt him, and he says, "Your threats are weak like your flesh, mortal. Continue with your insults, mortal. I long to feast on your marrow. Ha! Fine words from one born of the wrong end of a gua. After I kill you, I will rape your corpse. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. Goodbye." Fist fight with a demon. I am so clever. How cool is that armor? Forget Daedric armor from Oblivion. Daedric armor from Morrowind is the way to go. Yes, I did out fist fight a demon. Deal with it. That's why you don't bring a sword to a fist fight, people. Just like you shouldn't bring a gun to a knife fight. Yoink. Dispose of corpse. Oh, what did I get? I can't see because that's a little too low. Back up there. What do we got? Fortify Speechcraft, 10. Fortify Personality, 10. That's it. What about you? Some Ashlanders nearby have been bragging out how they captured a famous noble. There's a crusader in the residence at House and Earthly Delights. We'll get there. We will get to the DeSille's House of Earthly Delights. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, although you'll probably all be disgusted that that exists in the game. Games are allowed to contain mature I'm not going to say adult content because that makes it sound like pornography. It's not. It just requires an open mind and a bit of maturity. You get corpus with fighting with diseased creatures. It's hard to get corpus, but harder to get rid of. In fact, I heard there's no cure. Liar! What about you? Bad, Daedra. The Rebel Daedra, the Dark Daedra, Molag Bel, Malakath, Sheogorath, and Mehrunes Dagon. I'm sorry. Sheogorath is the best Daedra. Smuggling... at the Eldron Guild of Mages, runs a little class for new arrivals in Vardenfell. Don't be in such a hurry when you're traveling. Take your time, keep your eyes open, learn from your experience. What were you saying? I've probably been cursed by that man, but he is a crusader in a shrine, so I'm probably just exaggerating things. Funny, they say if you do the crime, pay the fine, don't do the time, because if you do the time, you lose skill points, but that can actually help you because there's a theoretical max level where you can't increase your skills anymore. It's just there's nowhere to go. All your skills, all your major skills are maxed so that you can't level up. But at that point, depending on how you've done it, you won't have reached maximum attributes. So what you do is you go to jail, keep going to jail until you have lost enough skill points that you can get to max level and get those last few attribute points. Ghost Fence. Ancestors. I'm looking for quest conversation. It's hard to find. Necromancy, shrines, other cults, pilgrimages, specific place, temple, Sotha Sill, tribunal temple. Yeah, that conversation's going nowhere. Suffice to say that the rock now likes me. I want to take that, but it's a crime. Because it's an offering, but it's such a good thing to have. The indexes allow you to teleport from certain locations to other certain locations.
Go ahead.
Love to chat with the smuggler, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. Where's the trade house? Dark elf names. Should just look for the place with the sign, shouldn't I? Yep, makes sense. Anders. There's no need to feel down, I say Anders. I should stop singing before I scare each and every one of you away. Somewhere in here there's some guy on his holy quest to slay all blighted creatures, and I'm stuck on a bench. What's down here? Really? Usually this is where the Thieves Guild hang out. Yeah, it gets a bit easy to find things when everyone hides in the same places. What is wrong with your eyes? Creepy. I do a little of this and a little of that. Fennis Madak is the thief's thief. Retired, of course, so he says. He has a business up in Nissis, Madak's trade house. Should you want to shop with a thief, go talk to him. Miles Gloriousus. That's the... Miles Gloriousus. That's a great name. Is this Miles? Nope. Where's Miles? Hello, Miles. Wow. Guy looks tough. Uneven armor. Orcish boots. He's got a Imperial Legion kit for his glove and his skirt. My trade. Personally, I favour long blades. Specific face spears, services, armament law, long blades, little secret, little rumors, little advice, Imperial blunt weapon background axes, armor types, shields, body armor. Nope, no quests. Frustrated. Where's this quest? I will find you, quest, even if I have to talk about every known booze, or booze known to man. Grief. Grief, the native Comberry brandy. Flynn, that shite is so expensive. Actually cannot get you drunk. No, I don't really want to sleep. Who's that? Gary. His name is Gary. Where do I remember this name from? Mabrel Gales. Hello. Well, this has been stimulating. My quest to find a quest has gone... Well, I've failed the quest to find a quest. I did complete one of the shrines, so that's cool. Repair my lack of equipment. Barter. Get rid of all this junk so I'm not weighed down. We need to find someone who buys clothes. And now he's dressed up like a Dark Brotherhood assassin. My quest to make everyone look like a criminal is going well. I'm sorry, what? Okay, he sits here. Like, in his little I sell archery equipment stand, and doesn't sell archery equipment, instead trains you in long blade. No, I'm not on a pilgrimage. There's really nothing. As you can tell, I'm apparently very good at this, or very bad. Little hobbit houses. I think you guys have had enough of this. I'm fast traveling to a location that makes sense. Fast travel! Let's go to Cull. I am going to resist the urge to take the boat and get my butt to a place that's really, really awesome. Instead, I am going to travel... this way. Should have gone to Nissus. I know a quest I can do there. Quest to find a man's pants. Sweet, cave. even better, cave with vampires. I think. That's a zombie, so I'm going to assume that I'm wrong. Don't you oh, he touched me with a spell. Eat my fists of fury. And don't touch me with your magics again, that's annoying as heck. Damage, freaking attributes. Potions! Where are my potions? Potion of fire shield, because it doesn't make sense to drink that. And I'm not allowed to do things that make sense, as you should know. Death to all zombies, that is my goal. In life as it is in gaming. Thought I killed you. Apparently not. Is there a bone sticking out of his knee? Yes, there is. No, they're metal thing. Oh dear. Oh dearie me, that looks unpleasant. Petty soul gem. More petty soul gems. Ash yam! Karma egg, elite hide, a chest, chitin arrow, chitin helm, small chest with a lock on it. I do have a lockpick. Let's train a skill that's actually I think one of my major skills. Yeah, I'll take that. I have no remorse. Where's the button to do it? There it is. 0. 0 changes weapon. Plus and minus shift me from change cycle through spells. There's what we're looking for. Probably a bit, I wouldn't call it high level, but it's certainly not weak stuff. Ah, yes, excellent. Using a combination of this and my Do You Remember of this game, I can now determine that hand-to-hand will always damage all creatures. Creatures that are immune to magical weapons, or immune to normal weapons, will be damaged by my fists. What the... Did you just hear... That was like purring at me. That said, if your cat made that noise, I'd still be scared, but... It, like, rubbed its head. Are you gonna kill me? Yes, you are, aren't you? Why would I run? When I can just beat you to death. And if I get in danger, I'll just cast a... use my scroll of Icarian Flight. He just used Adrenaline Rush on me. I will one day show you what those scrolls do. I haven't actually gone into the details. The scrolls that I picked up from... Hang on. Need fatigue. The scrolls that I picked up from the man who fell from the sky. Scrolls of Icarian Flight. They increase your athletics... No, not athletics. Acrobatics by 1,000 points. Now, to make that make sense... The maximum level of any skill is 100. So just using one of these scrolls once, at least I think it's 1,000, hang on. Yes. Gives you 10 times maximum acrobatics. You can jump across the entire continent. Well, close. Expensive ring. Yoink. Downside is they only last for 6 seconds, which is why our friend died. Because, you know, if you don't spend enough time with your increased attributes and then you hit the ground, your legs won't be able to take it anymore. And you will die painfully and horribly. At a shrine. I'm gonna say Molag Bell, just cause. Aw, what? His spell just went through his friend. That's cheating. Bye. I'll deal with this place at a later date, or rather after I have slept. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere around here there'll be a man saying, "Hey, my wife's trapped in there." Ah, frame rate drop. Well, hardly a frame rate drop, it's a total stop functioning of the game. Just clearing out a campsite. Death to the worm. And now we sleep and pray we don't get assassinated again. Winra! Strength 69, speed 65, endurance 66. We're getting there, folks, we're getting there. Everything else is 30 or lower, so... Yes. Let us continue exploring. If we're in the right spot, there's one last thing I can show you. If we're in the wrong spot, well then, no harm done. Oh dear. I appear to be stuck on a fence. Unstuck. Lantern outpost. Eld Velothi. I can never remember what's special about that place, apart from the fact that it's right next to Cull, and so there's really no reason you should have a town there. Avoid the dog. Go past the giant netch. Yes, this will work. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, keep swimming. What do we do? Swim. Hey, giant underwater arch. Not sure if you saw that. It's hard to see underwater. Glowy coral, oh dear, there's Drew in there. It didn't see me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're in the right spot, I just need to get back on up here. This is a ancient dwarven, aka Dwemer, ruin. Looks all fancy and stuff. Giant crossbows and towers. I won't be going inside, not today, because I have a quest to do. Sort of. I think there's quest logs involved. Yes, yes, we do. I will... No, I don't. Where is she? People who know what I'm looking for will wonder why I am looking for this. Huh. Am I in the right spot? I'm gonna have to run around these paths a bit. Oh. The Nyx Hound lost interest quickly. Hello. Where are you, crazy lady? She's not on that island, because she's next to a ruin. No, the Nyx Hound has spotted me. I don't want to fight you. Oh, it's stuck on the rock. No, it's not. Flee! Not sure why I'm running. It's not going to leave me alone. Let's use those fatigue potions. I'm pretty sure this is the right ruin. Like, 95% certainty. But there's that little bit of doubt, that 5% lack of confidence. It's just nagging doubt. Haha! Found her. Hello! Rest for an hour. Don't need much more than that. Hello, miss. Hello there. I was hoping a handsome young gentleman like yourself would happen by. Might you take a moment to help a lady in distress? Well, I dropped my ring and I can't seem to find it. I think it must have rolled down into this pool here, but I can't go in to get it because I'm expected in Nissis shortly. You see, I'm a private dancer, and I can't very well smell like icky muckwater, now can I? Would you please get it for me? The water's not very deep, and I'd be very grateful and in your debt. It would be my pleasure. Oh, thank you. When I'm finished dancing this evening, perhaps we can get together and discuss your reward. All of a sudden I shifted to a character from Jesus Christ Superstar, and no, not Lady... No, not actually a female character, so it got very gay toward the end. I should save it first, don't want to die. Let's find us a ring. Using cheap tactics. For those of you who didn't hear that, she just screamed no good... Well, didn't scream, but quietly said no good deed goes unpunished and started throwing shuriken at me. And her invisible friend has a bow. This is what you get for pretending to be a prostitute. You get beaten down by a black man. Yes, it is. Hit me with one more of those arrows and I'm gonna die. And she did. Frustrated face. Well, I think I'll stop recording here. I'll finish the fight myself, though, because I'm pretty sure I can beat them. So I'll do that. I've got Adrenaline Rush, easy as pie. I shall stop recording, and when you next see me, I will be standing over the corpses of 2 criminal women. Good night, guys.